What if I told you the biggest battles in the Land of Ooo aren't fought with swords or spells, but with feelings so vast they leave you breathless? Hey everyone, it's FinCaps here, and today we're diving into the 5 most emotional, heart-wrenching, and downright tear-jerking moments in Adventure Time. These aren't your average cartoon tears. We're talking about scenes that resonate with our own heartbreak, our own hope, and our own memory. Moments when you find yourself clutching a pillow, replaying a line over and over, and feeling every ounce of love, loss, and sacrifice these characters pour out. Grab a box of tissues, get comfortable, and let's journey through the moments that made us sob into our blankets and laugh through our tears. By the end of this video, I guarantee you feel a little lighter for having shared these stories, and a little less alone knowing that others have felt the same. Ready to feel all the feels? Let's get into it. I remember you.
2, 3, go!
From the first scratch of that old tape, I felt a chill run down my spine. You've probably hit play on this clip a million times, but it never gets easier. Marceline barges into the Ice King's lair, expecting wacky hijinks. Instead, she finds a dusty recorder labeled "Do Not Erase, Marceline." There's no dramatic showdown, no witty one-liner, just a lonely man's trembling lullaby, sung to the girl he swore to protect. When the screen shifts to flashbacks, you see Simon Petrikov before the crown, before the madness, cradling a terrified little Marceline in the ruins of the mushroom war. He gently hums the opening note, brushing her hair out of her face. The warmth of those buttery hues wraps you in a tender memory. Father's love in a world gone mad. Then snaps back to Icy Blue. The Ice King, hunched and gaunt, sings the exact same tune, voice cracking on every remember. That contrast between the warmth of the past and the chill of the present cuts like a knife. We watch a man plead to a child, but his voice is anything but calm. It's haunted. I remember the first time I heard that "I remember you" whisper. Man, it was quite a moment. He's not performing, he's begging. Begging the memory to stay. Begging because he knows what it's like to wake up alone, surrounded by snow, with nothing but a cursed crown for company. And when Marceline hears his voice, she straightens up like she's been slapped. Her eyes pool with tears. She doesn't know whether to hug this broken man or to run. In the beat, you feel her love, her grief, and her fury at the world that stole her friend. We've all lost someone we loved. We've all watched memories fade. I Remember You isn't a song, it's a cry from our own heart. It reminds us that every moment we share, every lullaby we sing is worth holding on to. I can imagine a family member you've known for so long and loved dearly dying, but you know their memories live on. That's why Simon's lullaby still wrecks me. It's a universal plea. Don't forget me. Holly Jolly Secret.
Evil!
Who doesn't love a hilarious holiday special? Sock puppet carols, gingerbread house tours, and eyes-going choreographies. It's all candy cane absurdity until the fun melts into horror. In Holly Jolly Secrets, Finn and Jake break into the Ice King's lair and uncover a series of Christmas tapes labeled like holiday bloopers: Snow Golem Carol, Candy Cane Countdown, Gingerbread House Tour. We laugh, we nod along, and then tape 5 glitches. The cheerful jingle slows into a warped echo. The carolers' arms jerk as if controlled by a broken marionette. You feel your stomach drop. That first freaky moment jolts you awake. This is not a joke. On tape 6, we see Simon, crownless, lab-coated, terrified, clawing at his head, eyes wide, voice trembling. Take it off, take it off. That plea isn't for a holiday chair. It's for his sanity. It's a man trapped by a power he can't control, screaming for freedom. When I first watched this, I was smiling at the dancing snow golems. Then boom, the screen shredded my eardrums. I scrambled to unmute my TV, heart pounding, half afraid to hear it again. But that moment of raw terror is crucial. It reveals the Ice King as Simon in pieces, screaming from inside a crown curse cave. And then there's Marceline's reaction. She curled up with her headphones, expecting another goofy ditty. When she hears the person who raised her, she fumbles from the tape recorder, jaw trembling, fist clenching. Her tears aren't just for Simon, they're for every time someone you love changes before your eyes and can't even save them. I've thrown on a happy song to shake off a bad mood, only for something in the lyrics to hit me like a ton of bricks. That glitch, that crack in the tune, it's like my own mask cracking. Holly Jolly Secrets is a reminder that beneath every laugh can lurk a scream, and we all carry hidden storms. By the end of this episode, the tapes were scattered, the Ice King's throne room is drenched in static, and we're left sitting in a silent, snowy lair with our hearts racing. That shift from comedic comfort to horror's edge is why this holiday special still gives me the chills every single winter. Simon and Marcy.
Hey, take 5.
Apocalypse Ooo is a wasteland, twisted vines, crumbly skyscrapers, mutant creatures prowling the ruins, and there, in the center of it all, a man in tattered clothes cradles a tiny girl. That man is Simon, and the girl is young Marceline. Simon and Marcy invites us into the earliest days of their bond, before the madness, before the music box, before the crown. We watch Simon teach Marceline to forage for food, build a makeshift home in an abandoned opera house, and hum her to sleep each night with a tender lullaby. No words, just music and memory. You see the flicker of hope in Simon's eyes, the trust in Marceline's smile. In those quiet moments, love blossoms from the ashes. Then Simon finds a golden crown shard, slit, alien, and Tyson. He holds it up, eyes glinting with both awe and fear. That first shard marks the moment of hope and horror entwined. In that split second, you know everything beautiful is about to fracture. This isn't a grand battle, it's a tiny spark that leads to a wildfire. Watching Simon cradle Marceline, telling her, "I'll protect you," you feel like a child again, safe in a hug, even if only for a moment. And then, knowing that hug will vanish tears at your courage. The flashbacks glow. Each lantern, each heartbeat, each lullaby note is golden. They're cut to the present. Icy blues, sharp edges, the music box echoing through the nightosphere. That jump from warmth to cold reminds us how quickly comfort can freeze over. By the end of Simon and Marcy, Marceline carries the Fortune music box across centuries, humming the same tune that once lulled her to sleep. Every time she hums it, I feel like she's sending Simon's love through time, and I'm right there with her, tears blurring at the screen. Betty. Betty arrives in Ooo through a rickety time machine, hearts blazing with hope. She's determined to save Simon, to reverse the crown's curse. When she tumbles into the Ice King's lair, her eyes light up, wild with love and desperation. He looks at her like he's seen her for the first time. "Betty, you came back." His voice shakes. For one glorious heartbeat, he's Simon again, coherent, human, alive. Betty tears the crown from his head, sparks golden glow, her tears and his tears mixing that golden aura. But then, snap, the crown leaps back, magnetized. Ice King's face twists in horror. He screams her name, a sound that shreds your chest. He's begging not for mercy from an enemy, but for rescue from himself. It's the ultimate reversal, from hope to despair in a single beat. Betty risked everything, her mind, her life, her timeline, and she almost succeeded. Seeing that smile flicker on Simon's face, it fills you with relief. Then the crash back into the ice, it just crushes you. Notice how Betty's face crumples when she realizes her failure? She steps back, heartbroken, while the crown's icy pool drags Simon away. We feel her loss as fiercely as his. Betty's story is a cautionary tale about fighting for someone you love when the odds are stacked against you. Sometimes love is enough to spark a miracle, sometimes it's not. We know that ache all too well. Come along with me. Descends upon Ooo like a tidal wave of destruction. Cities crumble, friends fall, and hope runs thin. In the final stand, allies gather. Princesses, vampires, talking trees, the work. But none of that matters when Simon steps forward, crown in hand. He sees Betty inside Gaul and slowly reverts back to Simon, being fully conscious of everything that's going on. Betty makes a grand sacrifice to save Simon and all of Ooo. She takes the crown and pushes Simon out, making the ultimate sacrifice. Betty chooses his fate. She knows the cost. She knows wearing the crown means losing herself forever. Yet she does it anyway, to save the world and to save Simon. That moment of pure, selfless love is the apex of tragedy. I've faced moments where I felt powerless to protect those I love. Watching Betty's last stand, I felt my own lungs tighten. She took on godlike power so that our heroes could live on, and it cost her everything. Come Along With Me isn't just a finale, it's a promise that love can transcend, even the deepest curses. Betty's sacrifice echoes in every goodbye we whisper to loved ones, every vow to never forget. We've wandered through lullabies, holiday horrors, father-daughter bonds, impossible rescues, and the ultimate sacrifice. These moments aren't just cartoon tears, they're reflections of our own journey, with memory, hope, and love. If these scenes open your heart or stirred up your own story, share it below, letting others know they're not alone. For even more emotional deep dives, check out my video on the top fights in Adventure Time, because sometimes the hardest fight is the one within. Thanks for sharing these tears and smiles with me on Faint Caps, and I'll see you in the next timeline.